Week 1 of rating my sessions for the week. We all know the reality, of course. Sometimes we're just not going to want to train. But I wanted to start this series just so that you don't think I'm some unicorn that doesn't have any struggles in my training, because I definitely do. I'm currently having 2 full rest days per week on the Monday and Thursday, as these are my fuller weeks with client work. So before we start, this is your reminder to schedule out your training based on your personal workload throughout the week. It can do wonders for how you feel in the session. Tuesday last week was my quad focus and hamstring session. I went into the session not really feeling it. I was slightly anxious for the pendulum squat because I've been really struggling with this. I did surprise myself with the leg press. I was able to go a little bit heavier. Pendulum squat, I wasn't able to increase any weight at all. I actually had to lower the reps. So if we're talking progressive overload, it was a decrease, but the reps felt so much smoother. I wasn't able to hit my heavy weight for the straight leg deadlifts. I was just able to maintain, and I was happy with this. Wednesday, I had my upper body day. I would usually do this on the Saturday, but I've swapped them around. That session was a little bit longer, and then now that way on Saturday I'll have more time. Everything felt pretty good in this session, and I knew it was going to be a little bit shorter, which just really helped because I had 4-5 back-to-back clients after that session. So it was just really good to know that I could get it done and then get into serving my client. Thursday was a rest day, and I deeply enjoyed that. I just focused on being active and getting my 15K steps in around my client work. Friday was my glute and hamstring focused day. There definitely was a bit of procrastination at the start of the session, but I was able to get a bit heavier for my single leg RDLs. If your gym does have a belt squat machine, this movement feels really good on this machine rather than using dumbbells. Let's just say I'm always happy when this exercise is done. After viewing the footage, I did notice that my front leg was a little bit closer than usual, which does explain why it felt really hard on the bottom part of the rep. So I've just noted that for going forward for next week. And this is your reminder, like I've done this exercise honestly 1,000 times and I still needed to make adjustments. Saturday was my upper body day. This session was probably the best out of them all, purely because I had more time and because it was a high carb day, so I just had more strength and energy. Sunday took a little bit of grit. I didn't really feel like it. I had to remind myself, you will be asleep tonight, Logan, so just push yourself, and how good I will feel after. I was able to hit a new heavy weight on my static lunges and on the hip thrust machine. I remembered a conversation I had with Daniel, and he just mentioned to me that I definitely have more in me when it comes to the hip thrust. It gave me the fuel to go ahead with a bit heavier weight. So overall, it was a good week of training, but really only one session stood out of the 5. If you go into your workouts expecting it to feel amazing, it will leave you feeling disheartened, and in the long term, it's going to affect your motivation.